Ron, welcome. If you're new to this channel, let me introduce myself. My name is Logan. This is Timeless Personal Growth and Development, and today we're talking about child development. How to help a child who's struggling with anxiety. Let's get started. So whether you're a professional, whether you're a parent that has a child who's struggling with anxiety, whether it's a child who just has general anxiety over the smallest things, and even as adults we have anxiety too, but as we age, as we grow, we learn coping skills. We have experience. We know how to, hopefully, we've developed and learned so we understand ourselves and understand our own emotions, how to cope with it, how to deal with it, how to strive and push ourselves forward, how to accomplish things throughout our day without having crippling anxiety. And for some people, maybe that's not the case, that anxiety can take over our lives. Especially amongst children, you want to start really young. So if you notice your child having anxiety at a very, very young age over little things, over little tasks, you want to nip that in the butt right away. Nip that real quick. Because anxiety could be crippling. And I hear different strategies when it comes to dealing with anxiety. I hear, well, a child has anxiety, so we got to, especially as parents. I see this parents all the time, is that their immediate response when their child has anxiety is to protect them. Of course, that's kind of a primitive, natural response to a parent. However, from a professional standpoint, when working with children who have anxiety, protecting them is not the answer. You want to help them overcome that anxiety. And I always use the analogy of anxiety being a box. Everything inside this little box right now is your anxiety, are all the things that create your anxiety, that trigger your anxiety. So what do we want to do? We want to make that box smaller, so the things that create anxiety become less and less. How do you do that? You got to push yourself into the anxiety. You got to face the fear. You got to not protect yourself. Don't go find a safe space to hide from all your problems, from all the anxiety. You have to gradually push yourself through it. And especially working with children, working with neurotypical children, but also working with children who are on the autism spectrum, you want to gradually push them through the anxiety. Don't do it all at once. I explained this in a previous video, that you don't want to push children through the anxiety all at once for a few reasons. 2, it doesn't eliminate the fear of anxiety. It just makes it worse, and it'll just traumatize them. If you're pushing them through the anxiety, they're not pushing themselves through the anxiety, you're doing it for them. So whatever they need to accomplish, whatever they need to push themselves through, whatever they need to overcome, whatever tasks and hurdles for them that are scary, that are intimidating for them to face, they gotta face it on their own. You can't push them through it. Because if you push them through it, it wasn't their idea and wasn't their own initiative that got them through it. It was yours. They gotta be able to do it on their own. 2 is you build a sense of trust with a child, whether you're a professional or whether you're a parent or whether you're just a caregiver towards that child. You developed a connection. You were helping them through their anxiety. If you push them through the anxiety and they're not ready to be pushed that far, you lose trust. You lose that connection. You want to maintain that connection. You maintain that connection by maintaining that trust. They need to trust you. I got your best interest in hand. I'm going to help you through this. You'll be able to trust me a step of the way. But I'm going to push you. But I'm going to challenge you. Challenge you just the right amount. Well, okay, well, that's another topic that we can discuss, is how can we tell what's the right amount to push? Again, like I just said, is they got to be able to do it on their own. So if you push them to the point that they're unable to act and take action and move forward despite the fear on their own, that's when you know you need to stop. When they've frozen, that's when you know you need to pull them back, regroup, recharge their batteries, recharge their confidence again, and get back out there and do it. Like I think I shared this story in a past video that I did. I was working with a child years ago, and he had the fear of water, and a staff at the camp wanted him to learn how to swim. Parents did too. But he was terrified of the water. Terrified to even, it was an indoor pool, and he was terrified just to go into the pool area. So we start step by step. He puts his bathing suit on, and he stands at the edge of the water. The next day, same thing, bathing suit on, he sits at the edge of the water with his feet in. The next day, he just goes to the ladder and goes up to waist deep into water. Step by step. Could I have just taken him and thrown him right into the water? Sure. What would I have done? Would that have accomplished his fear? Overcoming his fear and anxiety of water? No. It would have destroyed the trust he had for me. It would have traumatized him. And he's not jumping into the water from his own initiative. I'm throwing him into the damn water. It's not coming from him. It's coming from me. It needs to come from him. They need to be able to do it on their own. And we don't want to protect a child from anxiety, but do it in the right moments. You want to be able to push them through anxiety, be able to push them through the little things that are going to cause problems that you know as adults in our everyday life, that things that we got to face and deal with. You need to nip that in the butt when they're young, when they're all those little challenges, all those little tics, all those little worries, all those little fears. You remember that when we had all those little fears when we were kids that terrified us, that seemed silly and totally irrational to us now, but to kids it means the world to them. We as adults now have a hard time putting our perspective onto kids. Have a hard time seeing their perspective because we haven't been children in many, 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 many years. So whatever matters to them may not seem like a big deal to us, but in their heads, they're still kids, they're developing. It still means the world to them. And we need to be able to separate our own feelings and our own thoughts about the situation, whatever's causing them anxiety, and be able to identify with them and be able to connect with them, and to be, it may seem unimportant to us and to into the big picture of our lives, but to them it means the world, especially if they're your own child, because at the end of the day, your own child is your world, or it should be your world, and everything that's going on with them should always be your concern. From the day you wake up, the day you go to bed, your focus and your concern is like, well, is my child fed? Got clothes? Has my child done their homework? Are they feeling good? Having everything what they need? Are they... And this is the part that a lot of people neglect. Are they having a healthy connection with mom and dad or their caregivers? Do they feel supported and respected and loved at home? Do they look forward to getting home because they know at home, daddy's going to protect them, mommy's going to protect them, and whatever challenges they faced at school today, it's okay. We're going to get through it, and we're going to get through it together. Whatever problems they have, whatever fears, whatever anxiety, we're going to work at it together. And we're going to attack this problem together, and we're going to overcome this and help them reach the best version of themselves as they can be, and be able to reach their full potential. Because as a professional and as a parent, isn't that what your goal is, to have children? Have them reach their full potential, be happy, healthy adults, and give to them what we never had. or whatever we thought that we lacked in our own lives, let's give it to them. Let's do it and help make this world a better place for our children and for our children's children and generations that go on. And on that note, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, you can like, comment, and subscribe. Logan Ryder, Timeless Personal Growth and Development. And I will see you all in the next video. Have a good day.